Well, I get the feeling most of you know exactly what you're looking at here. These have become really popular in Australia and have been around for a long time in the States as well. But if you're not sure, this is the Jackall Squirrel, and this is the 78 and 79. Comes in a 76 as well, and I've even got a 61, but I don't have it here to show you. I've got a heap of these, and they're right at the top of the tree in terms of my favourites. I'd say they're in my top 5. And for good reason. There's a lot of things about these that I really like, and like with all Jackall lures, their visual appeal is second to none. So let's have a look at that. It's got the holographic eye, the raised gill plates and the etched scale pattern, but the finish on these, the paint job, and I wish I had some really good ones to show you. I've just got ones that have been that well used that they're just disgraceful, and I probably shouldn't show them to you, but nevertheless that sort of proves their action's so good anyway. So the finish on them, especially these golds, that holographic finish is so appealing, especially straight out of the box. It's going to catch a lot of fishermen before it even gets a fish, I think. So they're just unbelievable. You look at them and they kind of grab you out of the tackle store. They're quite sort of solid through the body. You can see that. That just helps with their suspension too. They're really true with their suspension, and they'll just hold dead flat for you. The other thing is there's Hank Tunes which have come out, which is another Jackall Squirrel that has a really heavy front treble, and that'll hold the bait dead still and flat like that, which is one of my big boxes I like to tick with a suspending lure, that it just sits flat. But that's the Hank. This is the Down Deep Silent, and they come in a silent and a rattling version. You can hear that there's just some little balls in there, in these smaller ones. But the big thing about these squirrels, I would have to say, is just the way that they work in the water. They've got such a high cadence, and these extra deep, like these super deeps, just are so repeatable with that action, and they're very disciplined through the water. So appealing. So when you're bringing it in, even if it's just a straight wind, their action, they're just so angry and hard working. That's probably the best part about these things, is just their action, which, if that's the best thing about a lure, it's going to do really well. And I've caught a lot of fish on this. Check this dirty old monster out. It's done a lot of hard yards. Yuck! But it still manages to catch fish, and I'll go to this, you know, if there's nothing else happening, a lot of the time on a slow day, you get to find out what the best lures are, I think. So on a really slow day, I'll go for some of these lures, and they'll still manage to produce fish. If you weren't wondering about the different colour patterns that they've got, you should get online and have a look, because there's so many different colours that you can get in these things. Some of the shad colours and the IUs are just awesome. And the terminals are just great. Let me chuck them all in so you can have a little bit of a look at the ones that I've got. Oh, there's that one. Such a sad lure. If only lures could talk, hey? So there you go. They've got those oval rings as well, which is just a good little thing for your repeatability. Sometimes I'll take them off, like this one here. You can see I've taken that off. They've got the countersunk little hole there. If you can see that, the countersunk hole. Look at the yards that this one's done there. You can see with the bib, it's just done a lot of work in around heavy structure and logs, and that's where I like to use them, where you can suspend in dirty water and that sort of thing. Really effective on jacks and barra. They are a more expensive lure. Jackalls in Australia are going to cost you around that $24, $26 mark. I think you've just got to pay for the quality that you get out of these things. So yeah, that's the Jackall Squirrel. They dive to about 2.5 meters, especially those super deeps will get down there. Really strong, even though they're kind of like a finesse bait. The strengths of their terminals are really good. Castability, they're great. You can throw them in and they're as repeatable as, well, not every lure, but nearly all of them. They're right at the top there. So, like I said, I like to use them when other things aren't working. They're just one of those lures that are going to catch fish on a slow day, which I think sets it apart from a lot of others. The Jackall Squirrel. My favourite is that super deep.
Weight in him too. He's just brought up a whole heap of bait that he's been smashing. More barra busting in against that bank over there. Yeah, there we